How to fix ARC Raiders, ARAV8011 Prohibited Software. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, we delve deep into a critical issue plaguing ARC Raiders players, the notorious ARAV8011 Prohibited Software error. This error typically signifies that the game's anti-cheat system has detected software running on your system that it deems unauthorized or potentially disruptive to fair play, preventing you from launching or continuing your game session. Understanding the underlying causes, which often range from legitimate background applications being misidentified to actual malicious software, is the first step towards a comprehensive resolution. Our professional guide will walk you through a series of meticulous, technically rich solutions to meticulously diagnose and rectify this persistent anti-cheat flagging. Image 1. PNG left. ARC Raiders game window with a dark red error pop-up saying ARAV8011 Prohibited Software detected, showing a frustrated gamer. Right, ARC Raiders gameplay running smoothly, showing a satisfied gamer, green hues. 4K, hyperrealistic professional lighting. Here are the definitive steps to resolve the ARC Raiders ARAV8011 Prohibited Software error. 1. Restart your system and router. A full system restart can clear temporary glitches, reset system processes, and refresh network connections that might be causing the anti-cheat system to misinterpret background activities. Additionally, power cycling your router or modem can resolve network-level conflicts that sometimes trigger anti-cheat warnings, ensuring a clean communication channel for the game. Image 2. PNG left. Computer monitor displaying ARAV8011 Prohibited Software error over a dark ARC Raiders menu, user with hands on head. Right, glowing router lights, computer screen showing ARC Raiders loading, relieved expression. 2. Verify ARC Raiders game file integrity. Corrupt or missing game files can lead to anti-cheat errors if critical components are improperly loaded or modified. Utilize your game launcher's built-in file verification tool, such as Steam's Verify Integrity of Game Files option, to scan and automatically repair any discrepancies, ensuring all game assets are in their pristine, expected state. Image 3. PNG left. Steam error pop-up overlaying ARC Raiders, mentioning ARAV8011 Prohibited Software with a red border. Right, Steam client interface showing verifying game files progress bar, ARC Raiders icon visible, successful checkmark. 3. Manage GoodbyeDPI software. The forum data specifically highlights GoodbyeDPI as a potential conflict. Ensure GoodbyeDPI is completely disabled or uninstalled, as its network packet manipulation methods are often flagged by robust anti-cheat systems as prohibited software due to its interference with network traffic. Temporarily removing this utility entirely is recommended for diagnostic purposes to rule it out as the direct cause. Image 4. PNG left. Windows Task Manager showing GoodbyeDPI process with a warning symbol, ARC Raiders error window in background. Right, Control Panel window showing GoodbyeDPI uninstalled, ARC Raiders running in background. 4. Perform a clean reinstallation of graphics drivers. Outdated or corrupted graphics drivers, especially NVIDIA ones as noted in community discussions, can sometimes interfere with game processes in ways that anti-cheat systems misinterpret. Use Display Driver Uninstaller, in Windows Safe Mode, to thoroughly remove existing drivers before performing a clean installation of the latest stable version directly from your GPU manufacturer's website. This ensures a pristine driver environment, eliminating potential conflicts. Image 5. PNG left. Windows Device Manager with an exclamation mark next to a graphics driver, ARC Raiders, ARAV8011 error. Right, NVIDIA GeForce Experience showing drivers are up to date after a clean install, game running. 5. Close all non-essential background applications. Many legitimate background applications, including streaming overlays, system monitoring tools, and even web browsers, can occasionally trigger anti-cheat detections due to their process hooks or resource usage patterns. Before launching ARC Raiders, systematically close any unnecessary programs running in your system tray or task manager to minimize potential conflicts and isolate the issue. Image 6. PNG left. Task manager showing numerous background processes. ARC Raiders ARAV8011 error message. Right. Task manager showing minimal processes. ARC Raiders running smoothly in the background. 6. Temporarily disable antivirus/firewall. For testing, while essential for security, some overly aggressive antivirus or firewall software can mistakenly flag game executables or anti-cheat modules as threats, preventing their proper operation. Temporarily disable your third-party antivirus and Windows Defender firewall only for testing purposes to see if it resolves the ARAV8011 error, remembering to re-enable them immediately afterward for security. Image 7. PNG left. Antivirus software alert popping up over ARC Raiders game. ARAV8011 Prohibited Software error below. Right. Windows Security Center showing protection off temporarily. Game running without issue. 7. Check for and disable VPNs or proxy software. Virtual private networks, VPN, and proxy servers route your network traffic through external servers, which can be interpreted by anti-cheat systems as an attempt to circumvent regional restrictions or manipulate connections. Ensure all VPN clients and proxy settings are disabled or temporarily uninstall them to establish a direct, untampered connection to the game servers. Image 8. PNG left. VPN client connected. ARC Raiders ARAV8011 error on screen. Right. VPN client disconnected. ARC Raiders gameplay in progress. 8. Disable in-game overlays. Overlays from applications like Discord, NVIDIA GeForce Experience, Steam, or MSI Afterburner can inject code into game processes to display information or provide additional features. This injection mechanism can sometimes be misinterpreted by anti-cheat systems as prohibited software, leading to error ARAV8011. Disable all overlay features in any third-party software before launching ARC Raiders. Image 9. PNG left. ARC Raiders game with a Discord overlay visibly clashing with an ARAV8011 error. Right. Game running clean. Overlay settings disabled in background application. 9. Run ARC Raiders as administrator. Insufficient user permissions can prevent the game or its anti-cheat component from accessing necessary system resources or executing critical files, potentially triggering a prohibited software flag. Locate the game's executable file, right-click it, and select Run as Administrator to ensure it operates with the highest privileges, circumventing any access-related issues. Image 10. PNG left. Windows UAC prompt refusing ARC Raiders access. ARAV8011 error in background. Right. ARC Raiders game launching successfully after selecting Run as Administrator. 10. Disable Fullscreen optimizations. Fullscreen optimizations in Windows 10/11 are designed to improve game performance, but can occasionally cause compatibility issues or conflicts with anti-cheat software. Navigate to the game's executable, go to Properties, then the Compatibility tab, and check Disable Fullscreen optimizations to ensure the game runs in a more traditional exclusive fullscreen mode, potentially resolving the error. Image 11. PNG left. Game Properties window showing full-screen optimizations, checked, ARC Raiders error behind. Right. Game Properties window with Disable Full-Screen optimizations, checked, ARC Raiders running. 11. Perform a clean reinstallation of ARC Raiders. As a last resort for game-specific issues, completely uninstalling and reinstalling ARC Raiders can often resolve persistent errors. Consider using a dedicated uninstaller utility like ARAV8011, as suggested in community discussions, to ensure all residual files, registry entries, and corrupted configurations are thoroughly removed before performing a fresh installation. Image 12. PNG left. Windows add or remove programs list showing ARC Raiders with an error icon. ARAV8011 message. Right, Revo uninstaller completing a deep scan, and then reinstalling ARC Raiders. Game launching. 12. Flush DNS and reset network configuration. DNS cache corruption, or a fouled network stack, can lead to connectivity issues that might impede anti-cheat communication or misidentify network processes. Open command prompt as administrator and execute ipconfig/flushdins, followed by netch winsock reset and netch int IP reset. Then restart your computer to clear and rebuild your network settings. Image 13. PNG left. Command prompt window showing network errors. ARC Raiders, ARAV8011 error. Right. Command prompt showing successful flush and reset commands. Game connecting. 13. Update Windows to the latest version. Keeping your operating system up to date is crucial for system stability, security, and compatibility with modern game titles and their anti-cheat components. Windows updates often include critical bug fixes, security patches, and driver updates that can resolve underlying system conflicts contributing to anti-cheat flags. Image 14. PNG left. Windows update screen showing updates failed to install with ARAV8011 error in corner. Right. Windows update screen showing you're up to date. ARC Raiders running smoothly. 14. Repair or reinstall Easy Anti-Cheat EEC. ARC Raiders utilizes Easy Anti-Cheat EEC, and issues with this specific component are a common cause of prohibited software errors. Navigate to the game's installation directory, find the EAC subfolder, and run the Easy Anti-Cheat setup. EXE. Select ARC Raiders from the list, and choose Repair Service, or Install, to ensure the anti-cheat is correctly configured and functional. Image 15. PNG left. Easy anti-cheat error dialog with ARAV8011 details preventing game launch. Right. Easy anti-cheat setup. EXE showing service repaired successfully. ARC Raiders loading screen. 15. Conduct a clean boot of Windows. A clean boot starts Windows with a minimal set of drivers and startup programs, allowing you to identify if a background service or application is conflicting with ARC Raiders or its anti-cheat system. Use msconfig to selectively enable services and startup items until the culprit is found, providing a controlled environment for troubleshooting. Image 16. PNG left. msconfig window with many services enabled. ARAV8011 error. Right. msconfig with minimal services. ARC Raiders running successfully after identifying conflict. 16. Scan for malware and adware. Some forms of malware, adware, or potentially unwanted programs, PUP, can inject themselves into system processes or interfere with game files, causing anti-cheat systems to flag them as prohibited software. Perform a thorough scan of your system using reputable anti-malware software like Malwarebytes to detect and remove any malicious entities that might be triggering the error. Image 17. PNG left. Malwarebytes scan showing detected threats. ARAV8011 prohibited software pop-up. Right. Malwarebytes scan showing no threats detected. ARC Raiders running perfectly. 17. Check system file integrity, SFC and DISM. Corrupt Windows system files can lead to instability and unexpected behavior, potentially affecting how games and anti-cheat components interact with the operating system. Open command prompt as administrator and run sfc/scano, followed by dism/online/cleanupimage/restore health to repair any damaged system files and ensure your Windows installation is healthy. Image 18. PNG left. Command prompt showing SFC errors. ARAV8011 error. Right. Command prompt showing successful SFC and DISM operations. ARC Raiders launching. 18. Update chipset drivers. Chipset drivers are crucial for the proper communication between your CPU, motherboard, and other system components. Outdated chipset drivers can sometimes cause subtle conflicts or performance issues that might indirectly trigger anti-cheat detections. Visit your motherboard manufacturer's website to download and install the latest chipset drivers specific to your model. Image 19. PNG left. Device manager showing outdated chipset drivers. ARC Raiders ARAV8011 error. Right. Motherboard manufacturer's website open. Drivers updated. Game running smoothly. 19. Monitor task manager for suspicious processes. Before launching ARC Raiders, open Task Manager, Ctrl+Shift+ESC, and carefully review all running processes under the Details tab, looking for any unfamiliar or high-resource consuming applications. Research any suspicious process names online to determine if they are legitimate or potential sources of the prohibited software flag, then terminate them if safe to do so. Image 20. PNG left. Task Manager highlighting an unknown high CPU process. ARC Raiders ARAV8011 message. Right. Task Manager showing normal processes. ARC Raiders in foreground. 20. Reconfigure router/modem settings. Advanced network router settings, such as quality of service, CoS, configurations, specific port forwarding rules, or an overly strict firewall on the router itself, can interfere with the anti-cheat's communication with game servers. Temporarily disabling CoS or setting your PC in a DMZ, caution, advised, can help diagnose if router-level settings are the root cause of the network-related prohibited software detection. Image 21. PNG left. Router settings interface showing conflicting CoS rules. ARAV8011 prohibited software error. Right. Router settings optimized. ARC Raiders connected and running. By methodically working through these comprehensive solutions, you significantly increase your chances of identifying and rectifying the root cause of the ARC Raiders ARAV8011 prohibited software error. Remember to test the game after each significant change to pinpoint the exact solution. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more in-depth technical guides and solutions. Image 22. PNG left. Teknobalta logo with a red X. ARAV8011 error text below it. Right. Teknobalta logo with a green checkmark. ARC Raiders logo running. Solved text.